Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Avadh Sugar and Energy Limited Q4 and FY24 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. We have with us today the senior management team of Avadh Sugar and Energy Limited, Mr. Devendra Kumar Sharma, Whole-time Director and COO, and Mr. Dilip Patodia, Chief Financial Officer, who will represent the company on the call today. The management will be sharing the key operating and financial highlights for the quarter and full year ended March 31st, 2024, followed by a question and answer session. Please note that some of the statements made in today's discussion may be forward-looking in nature and may involve risks and uncertainties. Documents relating to the company's financial performance are available on the website of the stock exchange and the company's investor section. Trust you have been able to go through the same. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Dilip Patodia. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you all for joining us on this call today. We hope you will get a chance to go through our investor presentation uploaded on the exchange's website. We will be sharing key operating and financial highlights for the quarter as well as full year ended March 31st, 2024. But before we begin with the quarterly update, some of you might be looking at the company for the first time. We would like to take this opportunity to brief you all about our business. Avadh Sugar and Energy was incorporated early in 1932. Post a scheme of merger demerger, the name of the company has been changed to Avadh Sugar and Energy Limited, with a core focus on sugar along with the power generation. Together with our team of skilled executives, we have established a strong presence in the sugar industry. We are operating with the 4 sugar mills in Uttar Pradesh with a crushing capacity of around 14,800 in the central UP, 10,000 in western UP, and 7,000 in eastern UP. Additionally, we run 2 distilleries with a combined capacity of 325,000 KLPD, further diversifying our portfolio, and a co-generation facility capable of supplying to the grid 74 megawatt of power. In January 2024, rating agency India Rating has upgraded our rating to A+ from earlier A stable. This validate underscores our financial stability and prudent management practices, positioning us even stronger in the market. Moreover, our strides in operational efficiency are evident with the expansion of our sugarcane crushing capacity from 10,000 to 13,000 TCD at our Hargaon unit. Not only we are scaling up production, but we are also significantly enhancing energy efficiency through strategic measures aimed at reducing steam consumption. This not only supports the bottom line, but also underscores our dedication to sustainable practices. The project will significantly enhance the company's return on capital employed, benefiting the company overall. In line with our forward-looking vision, we are also looking into new greenfield multi-feed distillery at our Rosa unit, pending necessary clearance from the government bodies. Our focus is on lowering our debt burden. We are enhancing our financial flexibility and reducing our interest expenses over a period of last 3-4 years, thus enabling us to allocate more resources towards strategic initiatives and value creation. Recent changes in government ethanol procurement policy has burdened us to carry higher inventory by almost 52% as on 31st March 2024 compared to last year, resulting into higher short-term borrowing. Just to summarize, we have transitioned from a cash-intensive model to one that prioritizes superior liquidity in the system. We have moved away from the volatility of one-off profitability towards a steady commitment to business sustainability. Instead of relying on debt driven expansion, we are now focused on accruing sustainable growth through prudent financial management and strategic investments. Let me now take you through some of the industry developments which have taken place. As of April 2024, ISMA reported a significant milestone in sugar production, reaching approximately 314 lakh tons. Moreover, with additional output expected from mills in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, it is anticipated that the final net sugar production will be nearly 320 lakh tons. Looking ahead, ISMA projects a closing stock of approximately 91 lakh tons by September 30th, significantly higher than normal stock, last year's stock of 55 lakh tons. While this surplus indicates potential challenges such as idle inventory and carrying costs for millers. Considering these and anticipated factors influencing the 2024-25 pressing season, ISMA urged the government to consider permitting the export of sugar in the current season. This strategic move will not only ensure sufficient stock for domestic consumption and the ethanol blending program, but also strengthen the financial liquidity of sugar mills, enabling timely payment to the farmer. Now coming to our financial and segment-wise performance. Revenue from operations during the quarter stood at 620 crores versus 846 crores, and EBITDA is rupees 122 crores versus last year 142 crores. This is primarily because of lower uptake of sugar. Last year during this quarter we have exported certain quantity of sugar, which is not happened during the current quarter of the current financial year. PBT is at rupees 85 crore versus 111 crore, and PAT is 55 crore versus 79 crore last year. Now comes on the full year basis, the same numbers are, the consolidated revenue from operation is lower than last year. It is at 269 crore versus 2,798 crores. But there is a significant increase in EBITDA. It stands at 334 crore versus last year 264 crore with a higher EBITDA margin too. PBT is rupees 197 crore versus last year 144 crore, and similarly the PAT is 128 crore as against last year 120 crores, representing a growth of 28%. The company crushed 299 lakh quintal of sugarcane compared to last year 315 lakh quintal in the previous quarter, representing a 5% decrease. This is mainly because some of our units runs on C basis production only. This reduction is primarily due to operational adjustment related to C molasses at some of our units. Sugar production during this quarter is 33.37 lakh quintal, which was 30.73 lakh quintal in the corresponding quarter last year, an increase of 9%. Domestic sugar sales during the quarter stands at 11.08 lakh quintal as against 9.4 lakh quintals in the corresponding quarter of last fiscal, an increase of 18%. There is no export during this quarter compared to 7.22 lakh quintal sugar exported in the last same quarter. The average sugar realization in this quarter is 3,776 rupees per quintal as against 3,411 rupees per quintal in the corresponding quarter of last year, an increase of around 11%. Sugar production during FY2024 is sugarcane crushing is around 618.92 lakh quintal as against 569.07 lakh quintal in the previous year, an increase of 9%. This year we have crushed around 42% under C route and 58% under B route. Last year it was 24% under C route and 69% under B route. Sugar sale during the year stands at 50.93 lakh quintal compared to last year 57.37 lakh quintals. Last year's figures include 12.77 lakh quintal of sugar which we exported. The average sugar realization for the full year financial basis is 3,727 rupees per quintal as against 3,483 rupees per quintal, an increase of around 7%. The way I told you earlier, sugar inventory is 37.99 lakh quintal as on 31st March 2024. This was 24.92 lakh quintal as on 31st March 2023, and the sugar inventory is valued at 3,441 rupees per quintal. Now coming to the ethanol side. In FY24, total ethanol production stood at 9.90 crore liter as against last year 9.30 lakh liter last year, an increase of around 7%. Total ethanol sales stood at 9.51 crore liters as against 9.01 crore liter last year, an increase of around 6%. However, ethanol sales during quarter 4 was lower by 26% at 183 lakh quintal compared to last year 246 lakh quintal due to the changes in government policies. So these are the significant operating and financial numbers for the quarter and the financial year 23-24. Thank you once again for joining us on this conference. We will be happy to answer any question that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask questions may press star and 1 on their touchtone phone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use only handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants, you may please press star and 1 to ask questions. The first question is from the line of Nikhil Sabu from SKP Securities Limited. Please go ahead.
Yeah, congratulations, sir, for the decent FY24 performance. I have a couple of questions. Sir, what is the actual sugarcane crush for sugar season 23-24 compared to 22-23?
Last year it was 602 lakhs quintal. In this sugar season, we are going to crush 534. We have crushed 534 lakhs quintal.
So it's a dip of 11%, right, sir?
Yes, Nikhil.
So what is the reason? What is the reason for such a drastic fall, and what measures are we planning to take to overcome this?
Yeah. First, I am giving you the numbers. The major reason of lower crushing during the current season is on account of lower crushing at one of our unit in Western UP at Bijnor called Sevra. Last year in the same unit we have crushed around 2 crore 25 lakh quintal of sugarcane, whereas in this year we have crushed 162 lakh quintals. The reason for this will be more precisely answered to your question by Mr. D.K. Sharma ji.
Yes, hello Mr. Sabu, this is D.K. Sharma.
Yeah, hi sir.
Actually, Mr. Sabu, last year there was a disease called red rot came in that area of Sevra sugar. And if you compare with that Sevra sugar dip with our Dwarike sugar 2 units, which is the same in city of Bijnor district totally around 30 to 40% less than last year because of that red rot variety. And there was a flood for particular 1 month period in Ramganga river. So some area has totally destroyed and rest of area has been deteriorated by red rot disease. So these two impacts was basically major in or this Sevra area, which gives us the major setback in that area.
So your peer group also highlighted that a new plant has also come up. So there was diversion because of a new plant has also come up, and also there was a diversion towards Gur and Khansari unit. Is it true?
Yes, it is very much true. But if you take total crushing of Bijnor district after taking new plant or last year, the total is again 25% less than last year. If you take 5 plant in last year and 6 plant in this year, total is again 25. The total availability of cane is 25% less than last year.
Okay. And sir, so what is your view for the upcoming season 24-25? Because this year we have ended with 534 lakh quintals. So what are the measures we are taking to overcome this shortfall? And is it possible for you to share your thoughts on a plant-wise action?
Yes. Actually, out of 4 plants, the Sevra plant last year flood was there, and this year every year we can't anticipate flood situation every year because it comes in once in a 10 year or once in a 15 years. So slightly improvement because of that. Secondly, we are changing our varietal balance. We are changing from our one specific variety CO238, which is red rot prom variety. We are changing that variety. So by that way, not in very next year, we will not increase, or crushing will not increase very much from Seora, slightly, maybe 10% from this year we can increase at Seora. We can go for Hargaon. Hargaon this year we have crushed around 190 lakhs of quintal cane against last year 205 lakh quintal cane. So in coming year we are thinking, we have already changed all the varietal issues at Hargaon. So next year we will crush certainly 200 at Hargaon, not less than that. Hata and Roja, both plants will be crushed more than this year. Rather, Hata crushed this year more than last year. 23-24 crushing in Hata is higher than 22-23. 22-23 crushing was 95 lakhs, and this year it is 102 lakhs. Next year we are anticipating 115 lakhs. So Hata, Roja and Hargaon, all these three units will be higher than this year next year. And Seora is slightly higher than this year. So overall, we are thinking around, against this 534 next year, we are anticipating around 560, 570, but it is very early to say because the whole period of monsoon is still pending. So right estimation can be given after September.
Right, sir. Sir, one of the reason is also because of too much of dependent on C0238. And so your peer group is also looking at having a varietal change. So what is our thought process, or what are the steps we are taking for this varietal change?
Yes.
Can you share your roadmap over the next 2-3 years?
Sure. Out of 4 factories, at 3 factories, we have already replaced major varietal 238. Only Seora, where last year the 238 was 99%. In current year, showing around 15 to 18% we have already replaced, and next year it will be going up to 60% because first year availability of seed is always lesser. So first year it is always 15 to 20%, and we have achieved around 18% replacement of variety, 18% area replacement of variety, and next year it will be 60 to 70%. So we have already started that varietal changing scheme in our system.
Okay, so as a company, if I look at, so what would be the percentage of C0238 for the season 23-24, and what is your view over the next 2 years? As a company I'm talking about, not from the plant wise.
23-24 we can say around our total CO238 was around 60%, 65%, and next year we are anticipating around 20% maximum, 20 to 25%.
So which are the seeds we are using? Is it possible for you to share the name of the seeds?
No, we have already shifted to CO118, 15023. These are 2 prominent varieties which we are going for increasing in our area against CO238.
Okay, and sir, how is the yield and recovery by using the seed?
Recovery more or less same as 238, but yield slightly 5 to 10% less than 238.
Okay, so going forward, since currently as a...
Mr. Sabu, will you redirect you for follow-up questions, please?
Sure.
Participants are waiting for that. Thank you, sir. Anyone who wishes to ask questions may press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Sanjay Manyal from... I'm sorry. The next question is from the line of Akshata Telisara from Ionios Alpha Investment Management. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my question. So there's been inventory build-up in sugar and ethanol, obviously because of the ethanol restriction, but how do you see that unfold in this coming year?
Yes, madam. Actually, last year till we have got in quota of around 4 lakh quintal every month. Now we are getting a quota of more than 5 lakh quintal starting from the month of March. So we are expecting the whatever inventory built-up is there, that is going to be liquidated the way it has been liquidated last year by November or December end.
So for FY25, do we see it coming to normal levels of 250,000 or 300,000 tons?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And the way we are saying that we are urging government to allow us to export something, if that policy also comes, that will bring down the overall inventory for the company. And
Okay.
considering there is an opening stock around 91, 85 to 91, the government may again relook into the allowing the bee molasses or syrup.
Right. Right. And any qualitative comments on all India sugar production next year and therefore the prices?
We are estimating the production is going to be similar to the current year level only. On a gross level basis, around 34.5, and with allowing a diversion of again 1.7, 1.8. So we have a net sugar in the position around 32.5.
Okay, we just read some reports that said that the acreage in South has been lower than last year, but we don't anticipate that.
Well, initially we have anticipated for the current year too. We have anticipated Maharashtra, Karnataka production is going to be far lower than what was the last year, but they have ended up with a higher crushing and higher production during the current year itself.
Oh.
It's too early to say, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Participants who wishes to ask questions may please press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Sanjay Manyal from DAM Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Just have one question on the ethanol capacity front. I think you have mentioned that you are taking CAPEX plan. So can you share the timeline and what would be our annual ethanol capacity or annual ethanol volume once this capacity come on stream?
Right now we have an ethanol capacity of 325 KLPD. We are considering a new plant, multi-feed plant at Rosa of 100 KLPD. It means our capacity will go up from 325 to 425. And our production capacity on 345 days, if you convert into, it will be around 14 crore liter.
And when this capacity will be on stream?
And actually, we are waiting for the government clearances. Once the government clearance comes, whether it comes in June or September, it will take 18 months time, 15 to 18 months time to implement it.
Okay. And so will you then be thinking about because it's a multi-feed plant, so will you be thinking about the grain ethanol as well? So availability of grain in your catchment area is sufficient in any one of your plants?
Yes, the Roja plant, the availability of the grain is there. Yes. That's why we have considered Roja plant only for the multi-feed distillery.
Right. So what is your sense, given the fact that now inventory, as a country level, inventories are quite high, you think that next season, despite the possibility of lower sort of sugar production as a country level, is it possible that government will consider full 3 to 4 million ton diversion, given we are literally sitting at close to 8 million ton inventory by September end?
Yes, Sanjay, you rightly pointed out. We are sitting on inventory. We are going to sit on inventory of 91. And next year again, even our lower production, we are estimating 31 or 32, and our consumption is 28. So inventory is going to pile up if they doesn't allow diversion of further sugarcane into ethanol.
Right. So full means utilization of capacities is possible, and probably.
That's why we are also not in a too hurry, because we are waiting for the government policies also. For this, once the ethanol policy of the government for the next year is clear, then we can take for the next necessary steps to implement the project at the earliest.
Right. And so, means I have seen the sugar prices have moved up a bit. Probably it's a month of summer and extreme heat. But given the fact that we are sitting on a sufficiently large inventory as a country, you think that there is a possibility of this prices sustaining, or do you think this will sort of fizzle out as and when the next month quota comes or higher quota comes?
No, Sanjay, this month the quota was 27 and the price is in UP is hovering around 39 rupees.
Right, sir.
The quota of 27 will not come in the coming months. Once all the elections and everything is over. So in our view, the prices will hover around in between 38 to 40, 40, 50 up to the month of September, October. Then after it may little bit cool down. But our estimate is the average realization in UP for the next year is going to be around 39 rupees.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for asking questions, sir.
Thank you. Participants, you may please press star and 1 to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Akshay from Green Portfolio. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. So as you said that we are planning a capex, so how we are going to balance the debt and the capex going forward?
How we are going to balance?
The debt, to reduce the debt, what will be the plan in the FY25?
Yes, Akshay. The project which we are investing here is a total capital cost of around 151 crores. Right now, our return on capital employed is 15 to 16%. The project which we are going to implement is with an ROC of around 27, 28%. Between the 151 crore, we give an PBIT of around 45, 46 crore every year. Against this project, we are hoping for to borrow around 100 crores against 151 crore total project cost. And 100 crore borrowing on a new generation of around 47, 48 crore will be repaid over a period of 2 years' time. Our overall borrowing is not going to go up because every year we have a repayment of around 95 to 111 crore in the next 2-3 years.
Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask questions may press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Nikhil Sabu from SKP Securities Limited. Please go ahead.
Major of my query has already been answered. So just a follow up to my previous question. Since you mentioned that because of change in varietal, the recovery is slightly less. So what is your view on the recovery for the next season? Will it be better than current year or it will be slightly similar levels?
Yes, Mr. Sabu,
please. Yes, sir, please.
It is a very interesting question. Basically, the variety in other varieties, recovery is slightly lesser than good health of 238. But since last 2-3 years, the health of 238 has been deteriorated, and whatsoever recoveries we are getting last 2 years in 238, the upgraded new varieties will give better recovery than 238 is giving as of moment.
Okay. So we expect a better recovery.
We are expecting better recovery next year.
Got it, sir. Sir, you also mentioned about a capex of 151 crore. Is this including both your cane crushing capacity enhancement and multi-feed, or just the cane crushing and
multi-feed separate? Because we are waiting for the multi-feed, we are awaiting still the clearance from the government department.
So what would be the capex for multi-feed then?
It's around 147 crore.
So, as a company, the capex would be close to around 300 crores spread over a period of next 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, Nikhil.
Okay, next 2-3 years, and we are expecting an ROC or somewhere around close to around 25% from same.
Yes. And the ROC major reason is in Hargaon we are also looking into the reduction in steam consumption. It is right now 42%. We are trying to bring it down to 31-32%.
Okay, and so we will have additional steam or additional bagasse for our distillery then.
Yes.
Multi-feed. Got it, sir. So I think the dynamic of the company will completely change over the next 3 years once we are done with both the capex.
Yes, Nikhil. You have rightly told.
Right, sir.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best for future, sir.
Thank you, Nikhil.
Thank you. You may press star and 1 to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Varun Gacharia from Boring AMC. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir, and thanks for the opportunity. So, in case I missed it, could you please spell out the CapEx plan at your distillery and the other plan that you announced? I think I missed it a little bit.
We have total two capex program. One is at Hargaon, increasing capacity from 10,000 to 13,000 TCD, as well as to bring down the steam consumption from 42% to 31-32%. When I am saying steam consumption is going down by 10%, it means it will give me an additional bagasse saving of around 4.5% yearly. The total capex at Hargaon is 151 crore, and it is to be completed in the first phase, partly in 24-25, and it will be completed totally in 25-26, and start giving benefit from November 2025. At Roja, we are still awaiting from the government approval. We are hoping all the government approvals will come to us by September 2024, and the distillery will start operation by the end of financial year 25-26. And the capital outgo for Roja distillery is 147 crore.
Okay. And what part of it will be borrowed and rest will be approved?
We will get the loan sanction, but whether we will take the loan or not, that depends upon the circumstances and cash accrual. We are hoping the major liquidation of our inventory in a big way will help us to not to borrow too much of fund for these ongoing capex.
Okay. And recently there have been some news of floods in Brazil. So has there been any impact or anything material seen on ground in terms of global inventory?
No, in my opinion, the Brazil even next year estimate is more or less similar to the last year. It was 3.49 million metric tons. Next year they are estimating around 3.57 million metric tons. And Mexico production is down in a significant way this time.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, you may please press star and 1 to ask questions at this time. The next question is from the line of Saket Kapoor from Kapoor Company. Please go ahead.
Namaskar, sir, and thank you for this opportunity. Sir, I joined a bit late, so you were answering to the earlier participants जिससे आने वाले समय में हमारा प्रोफाइल टोटली चेंज होगा 2-3 years down the line. सर वो स्टोरी एक बार आप दोबारा एक्सप्लेन कर सकेंगे सर?
The question was asked by from SKP Mr. Nikhil Chabu in my his question. Actually, he was asking about our ongoing planned capex. So for that, we are answering the way that at Hargaon we are going to increase our crushing capacity from 10,000 to 13,000 TCD, and along with that, we will bring down our steam consumption from 42% to 31 or 32%. This 31 or 32% compared to the 42% will give us an extra bagasse saving, and the total ROC for this project is around 26 to 27%. Right now we are doing an ROC of around 15 to 17%, depending upon year to year and government policies on ethanol and sugar. Similarly, at Roja we are putting up a multi-feed distillery which will feed both molasses as well as grain. The project will be completed over a period of 15 months time once the government approvals comes to, and this project also, as on grain there is a lower profitability, we are estimating an ROC of around 24%. The two projects, if around 298 crore project, will give us an extra EBITDA level around 70 to 75 crore every year. So this is the story. We have a sustainable EBITDA of around 300 crore every year and 75 crore additional, and depending upon government further policies on bee molasses, we are looking for a good number in the coming year.
Sir, when we look at the procurement from the OMC in terms of ethanol, there has been a shortfall. Please correct me there. So what has led to lower offtake from OMC than the committed quantity? And going forward, sir, what is your outlook on the feedstock for ethanol blending? And since country liquor and ethanol blending both have the same sugar feedstock as one of the feedstock, so how what's your thought process and how are things aligned going ahead?
Yeah. In the Q1 and Q2, we have an order of 3 crore 64 lakh liters. Against that, they have taken from us 3 crore 42 lakh liters. It means around 95% we have supplied to them. And the balance they have diverted to the next Q3 and Q4. And in Q3 and Q4, we have order in hand is 3 crore 54 liters. So it means we have the order in hand till Q4. And this order is based on availability of the molasses at our end to convert this into the ethanols. Now, after December 2023 notification, at 2 of the units we have manufactured only C molasses, and C molasses, you know, the recovery is lower than the B molasses, and the yield is also lower. So we have restricted all the tenders to the extent of molasses available with the company till October 2024.
So, sir, going ahead in terms of, so this is what the yield part is. Since now we are routing it through a different source or different grade of molasses. Hence the yield is lower, and hence your contract will get delivered in the subsequent quarters. Yeah. So, sir, going into this policy, this flip flop in policy, quote unquote, what should we look as a regular feedstock, as maize has been talked about earlier, being the consistent feedstock for ethanol blending, and ethanol availability of ethanol mainly towards the country liquor part. So what's your thought, and how is our company aligned? I think so we are working with the retrofitting at our distilleries also with multiple feedstock. So sir, अभी ये रूपरेखा सर आप शुगर प्लेयर्स कैसे अपने आप को अलाइन कर रहे हैं in terms of feedstocks के ऊपर सर?
फर्स्ट पार्ट में मैं आंसर दे रहा हूँ, सेकंड पार्ट हमारे शर्मा जी आंसर देंगे. हमारी कैपेसिटी, अगर मैं इसी गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसी पर चलता हूँ, डिस्टिलिंग कैपेसिटी विल बी रेस्ट्रिक्टेड टू बी यूटिलाइज्ड टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ 68 or 69%, because there is a restriction no availability of C molasses at our end. Now coming to the maize and other part, Mr. Sharma ji is going to reply you.
मैं एक बार दोनों ही चीजों का एक बार रिप्लाई देना चाहता हूँ.
प्लीज.
आज की तारीख में हमने जो हमारी डिस्टिलरी की कैपेसिटी लगा रखी है, आप अगर 23-24 फाइनेंशियल ईयर का डाटा देखेंगे तो और टोटल प्रोडक्शन इज 990 lakhs अगेंस्ट मतलब 10 करोड़ लीटर के अगेंस्ट में 9 करोड़ 90 लाख हमारा प्रोडक्शन है. मतलब हमारी परफेक्टली बैलेंस इक्विप थी. लेकिन इस साल जो चीनी की थोड़ी शॉर्टेज हुई, उसके कारण से गवर्नमेंट की जो पॉलिसी हुई बिहेवियर के कारण से हमारा कैरी फॉरवर्ड मोलासिस अवेलेबिलिटी कम होने के कारण आने वाले टाइम में जो 65 से 70% के बीच में कैपेसिटी यूटिलाइजेशन होगा. बट अगेन इस अगले साल का जो ओपनिंग स्टॉक 90 लाख टन के आसपास का दिख रहा है शुगर का, उसके हिसाब से जो पिछले साल पॉलिसी थी की और सिरप की, ऐसा हम एंटिसिपेट कर रहे हैं वैसी रहेगी. तो उसके हिसाब से हमारा पूरा पड़ जाता है और वापस हम 10 करोड़ कैपेसिटी पे दोनों पे कर लेते हैं. उसके बाद आ जाते हैं हम नई डिस्टिलरी लगा रहे हैं, वो मल्टीफीड इसीलिए लगा रहे हैं कि हम दोनों डिस्टिलरी जो एग्जिस्टिंग है उन पर पूरा मोलासिस यूज करते हुए वहां पर हम लीवरेज कर पाएंगे कि कब हमको ग्रेन पे लेना है, कब हमको मोलासिस पे लेना है. इफ मोलासिस अवेलेबिलिटी इज मोर देन वी कैन यूज मोलासिस, इफ मोलासिस अवेलेबिलिटी इज लेस वी कैन यूज ग्रेन. तो उसका लीवरेज के लिए ही हमने उसको रखा हुआ है सारा का सारा.
तो सर कंट्री लिकर के लिए जो हमारा शुगर सीजन में जो कमिटमेंट रहता है मोलासेस का, उसको हम कैसे इसमें प्रावधान करते हैं?
उसका उसी का हमने मैपिंग कर रखा है. हमारे पास 4 शुगर मिले हैं, जिसमें से 2 में डिस्टिलरी हैं और 2 में डिस्टिलरी आज की तारीख में नहीं है. तो हम क्या करते हैं, सबसे पहले जो हमारी हाटा में यूनिट है, जितना भी मोलासिस वहां से बनता है उसको हम कंट्री लिकर के अंदर दे देते हैं. ऐसा स्टेट गवर्नमेंट अलाउ करती है कि आप आउट ऑफ योर ग्रुप कहीं से भी कंट्री लिकर दे सकते हो। तो हम कंट्री लिकर का तो वहां से दे देते हैं जहां पर डिस्टिलरी नहीं है, और जहां डिस्टिलरी है वहां से पूरा का पूरा हम डिस्टिल कर लेते हैं। इस तरह से बैलेंसिंग की हुई है,
बैलेंसिंग की हुई है सर।
जी सर। और सर दूसरा फीड स्टॉक जो अभी मेज के विषय में जो बात हो रही है और उसमें प्राइसेस भी हायर मिल रही हैं आपको, इसकी अवेलेबिलिटी पर सर आपने क्या चॉकआउट किया है कि मेज कैसे, किस पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री में आपका फ्रेट कॉस्ट क्या पड़ेगा और वो कैसे पड़ता बैठेगा सभी शुगर प्लेयर्स को कि वो मेज एज अ फीड स्टॉक रख सकें सर, इसके लिए हमारी क्या रूपरेखा है?
आज की तारीख में जो हम मल्टी फीड डिस्टिलरी लगा रहे हैं वो रोजा में लगा रहे हैं, और रोजा का जो शाहजहांपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट का एरिया है ये राइस का बहुत बड़ा एरिया है। तो अब मेज का अब हमारी डिस्टिलरी अगले 1.5 साल के बाद ही आने वाली है, 1.5 साल तक तो आने वाली नहीं है। 1.5 साल बाद मेज का गवर्नमेंट का क्या प्राइस होगा, राइस का क्या प्राइस होगा, मेज बाहर से लाने की क्या किराए भाड़े लगेंगे, क्या ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट लगेगी, राइस का लोकल से क्या कंपैरिजन रहेगा, ये तो मतलब काफी एडवांस स्टडी करने से तो कोई इसका लाभ मेरे को लगता नहीं है। ये स्टडी उसी टाइम की जाएगी जिस टाइम हमारा प्रोडक्शन हो रहा होगा कि हमको राइस से ज्यादा बेनिफिट है या मेज बाहर से लाने से बेनिफिट है, वो तो उसी टाइम कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस करके वी कैन डिसाइड एट दैट टाइम।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही बात सर। अगर हम पूरे शुगर स्पेस को देखें, मेरा लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, फिर मैं क्यों कतार में आ जाऊंगा। अगर हम पूरे शुगर स्पेस, लिस्टेड स्पेस में देखें तो अब अवध कैसे सर यूएसपी क्या रहती है, कैसे स्टैंड आउट रहती है ये कंपनी अदर देन दी अदर शुगर कंपनी, क्योंकि सर सबके मॉडल मोटा मोटी उसी प्रकार से ही सर सब है, मार्जिन भी थोड़े बहुत एफिशिएंसीज और अवेलेबिलिटी और के माध्यम से या रीजन के हिसाब से डिफर करते हैं। तो अगर हमें फर्क देखना है या अगर अपनी गुणवत्ता को इन्वेस्टर्स के समक्ष रखना है तो अवध कैसे स्टैंड आउट रहता है सर, अगर आपके इन्वेस्टर्स आपसे पूछते हैं तो आप?
यस, मैं इसका जवाब देता हूँ। बाकी सब कंपनियों के बारे में भी आपके पास उनकी ज्योग्राफिकल सारी की सारी चीजें अवेलेबल हैं। अवध की यूएसपी ये है कि वी आर राइट फ्रॉम ईस्ट टू वेस्ट, वी आर एट एवरी प्लेस। हम वेस्टर्न यूपी में भी हैं, सेंट्रल यूपी में भी हैं, फिर थोड़ा आगे हैं। हमारे जो चारों प्लांट की लोकेशन है वो इस तरह से है कि इधर बिजनौर डिस्ट्रिक्ट से उधर कुशीनगर तक, हर बार अगर आप 10 साल का डाटा उठा के देखो तो किसी टाइम वेस्टर्न यूपी, जैसे इस साल बिजनौर डिस्ट्रिक्ट वेस्टर्न यूपी बिल्कुल नीचे दब गया तो सीतापुर जिला उठ गया, सीतापुर जिला पे बैठ गया तो कुशीनगर गोरखपुर उठ जाता है। तो आउट ऑफ 4 लोकेशंस 2 लोकेशन हमारी हमेशा अच्छी परफॉर्म कर देती है, तो हम हमेशा बैलेंसिंग लीवरेज में रहते हैं। ऐसा नहीं है कि या तो हम बिल्कुल डिप में चले जाएंगे या बिल्कुल हाई में चले जाएंगे। कुछ फैक्ट्रियों की लोकेशन ऐसी है, उसका कारण से मैं आप किसी का भी नाम कोट नहीं करना चाहता, आपको सब चीजों का पता है। कुछ कंपनियों का कितना भयंकर डिप इस साल आया, कुछ कंपनियों का डिप कम आया, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ लोकेशन। बट हम लोग मोर और लेस लगभग उस पर रहते हैं कि स्टेट का जो एवरेज आता है वो स्टेट का एवरेज पे हम मेंटेन कर जाते हैं, और उससे बेटर ही रहता है। अगर स्टेट का एवरेज अगर हम देखें तो हमारा मान लो 15% या 12% का डिप आया पूरे स्टेट के अंदर केन प्रोसेसिंग में, तो हमारा कंपनी का 10% 11% ही आया।
जी। और लास्टली से जैसे आपने बताया कि जैसा हमारा लास्ट 3 साल का रन रेट चल रहा है एबिटा का, तो टेकिंग इनटू अकाउंट अगर अनफोर्सीन कोई सर्कमस्टेंसेज या कोई पॉलिसी चेंज, ये 300 करोड़ की एबिटा नंबर को हम फैक्टर करके चल सकते हैं करंट ईयर के लिए।
सस्टेनेबल एबिटा है,
ये सस्टेनेबल एबिटा है
टुडे पॉलिसीज
300 सस्टेनेबल एबिटा। बिल्कुल।
धन्यवाद शर्मा जी, धन्यवाद टीम सभी सदस्यों का सर, मुझे अवसर देने के लिए धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Participants who wishes to ask questions may please press star and 1 on their touchtone phone now. You may please press star and 1 to ask questions. We have a question from the line of Saket Kapoor from Kapoor Company. Please go ahead.
सर एक पॉइंट और था कि ये जो बायोगैस और सीएनजी के विषय में जो मड वाली की इस पूरी को भी रखा जा रहा है कि शुगर के आपके रिमेनिंग गैस का भी एक नया चक्र बन सकता है, इकोसिस्टम क्रिएट हो सकता है, तो उस पर सर हमारा क्या रूपरेखा है सर?
हम इसकी स्टडी कर रहे हैं, रेगुलर हम लोग प्लांट विजिट कर रहे हैं। अभी नई टेक्नोलॉजी है, इसमें कुछ चैलेंजेज आ रहे हैं। वो चैलेंजेस सारे मेरे को लगता है अगले 2 से 4 से 6 महीने के अंदर कवर अप हो जाएंगे। वी आर सीरियसली लुकिंग टू इट। एक बार सारी चीज इसका टेक्निकली एस्टेब्लिश हो जाए, देन वी विल सर्टेनली टेक अप इट।
सर लेकिन ये किस प्रकार की अपॉर्चुनिटी है, मतलब अगर आप मुझे जस्ट इसका वो इकोसिस्टम समझाने की सर चेष्टा।
हमारे यहाँ क्या है कि एक जो गन्ने के रस में से फ्रेश मड निकलती है, जो बिल्कुल गंदी मिट्टी निकलती है, उस गंदी मिट्टी के अंदर कुछ इंग्रेडिएंट्स रहते हैं जिससे हम गैस भी बना सकते हैं और जिससे हम फर्टिलाइजर भी बना सकते हैं। तो अभी वो सारी की सारी जो मिट्टी निकलती है वो खेतों में डालने के काम आती है बिना प्रोसेस किए हुए, या कुछ लोग उसके फ्यूल ब्रिकेट्स भी बनाते हैं, कुछ ईंटों के भट्टे में भी जलाते हैं। उसकी जगह उसको हम हमारा प्लांट लगा के उसको प्रोसेस करके उसमें से गैस का सेपरेशन कर लेंगे, और जो बचा हुआ रेजिडुअल रहेगा उसको एज ए फर्टिलाइजर मैन्योर यूज करके किसानों को दे पाएंगे और उसका गैस निकाल लेंगे। तो इसके ऊपर गवर्नमेंट की भी सब्सिडी काफी है, तो उसके सारा का सारा सिस्टम है कि उसके अंदर से जितनी गैस निकाल सकते हैं, गैस निकाल के मैन्योर दे देते हैं, तो डबल यूटिलाइजेशन हो जाता है एंड बेनिफिट विल बी द मोर।
जी सर, बट ये किस प्रकार का कैपेक्स करना होगा? हाँ बोलिए, आप बोलिए।
तो ये अब कैपेक्स तो इसके अंदर डिपेंड करता है कि कितना बड़ा प्लांट है। जैसे आज हम हरगांव प्लांट में करेंगे तो इट विल बी अराउंड 100 करोड़ अप्रोक्सीमेटली।
ओके, और इसमें जेस्टेशन पीरियड कैसा उम्मीद रहे सर?
प्लांट
1 साल के अंदर
साल भर के अंदर लग जाता है आराम से प्लांट। ये
ओके, एंड सर इसके इकोसिस्टम में सिर्फ मशीनरीज का ही आपको इरेक्शन करना है, दैट इज व्हाट इट हैज टू बी?
मशीनरी का इरेक्शन
एग्जिस्टिंग सेटअप है सर? हाँ सर, फिर से बोलिए।
गवर्नमेंट से अप्रूवल्स लेने होते हैं। हमारे पास सब 10 जगह पे लैंड अवेलेबल है, पावर अवेलेबल है और एक्सपर्ट स्टाफ अवेलेबल है। केवल मशीनरी का इरेक्शन करके चालू करने वाला इशू रहता है।
इसमें एक चीज देखनी पड़ती है, गैस स्टेशन हमारे प्लांट के आसपास होना चाहिए, नहीं तो सिलेंडर में लेकर जाकर कैरी करके वहाँ पहुँचाना, दैट इज extra cost involved in that. So one should look into where we are going to put up the plant for this.
Okay, because then the transport part will also come from your sugarcane mud also, that you need to transfer to the pit heads where the plant will be there, and then the gas connectivity. That is what you are trying to explain.
एक बार टेक्निकल फिजिबिलिटी कंप्लीट हो जाए उसके बाद फिर कॉमर्शियल चीजें तो फिर बहुत छोटी
बात रहेगी। और सर ये कोई इम्पोर्ट रहेगा मशीनरी का, कि ये भी हम इंडिजिनियसली कंट्री से ही करेंगे, क्योंकि उसमें आपका लीड टाइम काफी बढ़ जाता है?
इंडिजिनियसली करेंगे।
इंडिजिनियस।
और करंट सर कौन कॉन्ट्रैक्टर हैं सर इस विषय में जो काम कर रहे हैं?
अभी हमने इस पर एक्सप्लोर करना चालू नहीं किया। अभी तो हम दूसरे लोगों के स्टडी करके और टेक्नोलॉजी की फिजिबिलिटी देख रहे हैं।
अच्छा, और एग्जिस्टिंग कौन सी कंपनी है सर शुगर क्षेत्र में जो ये काम ऑलरेडी कर रही है?
शुगर में DSCL दे हैव ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड। कुछ लोगों ने दूसरे लोगों से कोलैबोरेट किया है कि दूसरी पार्टी थर्ड पार्टी एग्रीमेंट करके उनको अपने पास लगाना अलाउ किया है। बलरामपुर हैज अलाउड वन अदर कंपनी टू इंस्टॉल देयर प्लांट नियर।
धामपुर का नाम आपने लिया?
बलरामपुर। और ये सब अभी चालू होने की स्टेज पे, कुछ 1 महीने पहले चालू हुए हैं, कुछ 2 महीने बाद चालू होंगे, कुछ अगले सीजन में चालू होंगे। तो अभी अर्ली स्टेज है इसकी काफी।
Two names you mentioned, Dhampur Sugar and Balrampur, both of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for all the सभी विस्तृत जवाबों के लिए सर, और धन्यवाद सर आपका।
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Devendra Sharma for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much everyone for joining us on this call for Q4 as well as for financial year 24. For any query and clarification, you can always reach out to us, and also our investor relation team, Stellar IR Advisors. Thank you very much. Have a nice day and have a good year ahead. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, members of the management. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Avadh Sugar and Energy Limited, that concludes this conference. We thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.